How to wear stylish shoes in the rain. Let's get right into it. So normally when it rains or snows, everyone, including myself, would wear something like this. The EcoTrack Gore-Tex 25 boot. Very comfortable, very waterproof, very warm, breathable, really good utilitarian, hiking, stylish, sort of stylish boot. Not that stylish. But we all know that this is not the most stylish option out there. If you're going out for a night on the town, if you're going to a nicer dinner, maybe a nicer work event, maybe you're going out for the holidays and it's raining or snowing and just really nasty out there, there's always going to be a better option stylistically speaking. But how do you wear a stylish shoe without destroying it while also keeping your feet warm and dry? Well, there's a couple things you can do. We're going to start with boots. Let's say you want to wear something more stylish than the boot that I just showed you, the EcoTrack Gore-Tex hiking boot. You could invest in something like this, which is the Allen Edmonds Higgins Mill waterproof boot. You could see it is very stylish, very nice, and this is guaranteed to keep your feet dry and also pretty warm as well. It's not as warm as the Gore-Tex boot I just showed you. However, if you wear a thicker pair of wool socks with this boot, you're going to be keeping warm and dry. And that's something else you could actually do as well. Invest in some nice thin merino wool socks. I have a couple of pairs from Bombas. They're really good and I really recommend them. They're not much thicker than regular athletic socks, so they're not going to change the fit around as much as some thicker hiking socks from LL Bean, for example. So this is probably the best option if you're looking to have that smart casual aesthetic this fall and winter for some holiday get-togethers, drinks with the coworkers, drinks with the friends, night out of the town with your special lady or special guy. But if you're going out to actually shovel snow, I would still say you should wear this, just because this you can beat up a lot more. This is going to withstand a lot more abuse than a nicer boot like this. This boot, if you do wear it out in the rain, you are going to want to polish it and you are going to want to condition it, because you don't want that leather to start prematurely aging. Yes, they are water resistant boots. Yes, they are designed for rain and snow, but it's still a nice boot. You can still see that shine to it, so you're still going to want to treat it like a nicer dress shoe. Now we'll get into shoe care a little bit later in the video, but something else that you could do, maybe if it's a little bit too hot for boots, or maybe if you just don't want to wear boots all the time. Believe it or not, there are some guys that don't want to wear boots every single day of the year. I'm actually one of them. You could invest in a shoe like the Cole Haan Original Grand Wingtip Oxford. Now I talked about this shoe a couple of videos ago, and what really surprised me about this shoe was I actually wore these shoes to what we thought was an engagement party, but it actually was a surprise wedding for all the guests, which was pretty cool. But it was actually pouring that day out in Long Island, and the backyard was getting a bit muddy. These shoes, while they did get soaked, my feet stayed warm and dry, and then when I got home, I wiped off the mud. I didn't even condition them yet, and they still look really good. So a less expensive shoe like this is also a good option as well. Again, this is the Cole Haan Original Grand Wingtip Oxford. This one comes in a couple of different colors. This color is my favorite. It's like that dark tan. It's almost as dark as the Allen Edmonds Dark Chili, but it does have that darker sole, so it's a little bit more dressy. This one is also a more casual option. This is the same color, just with that white sole. This is great for summer, or if you're wearing a super casual outfit, this is going to match better. But the thing about these soles is, if you wear them in the rain or snow or get trapped in the mud, then you are going to have to really spend more time cleaning that sole. And that's the downside of the soles with the lighter color, the lighter colored soles. While I am a really big fan of the dark on top, light on the bottom, just like the Vans slip-ons that I'm currently wearing right now, black on top, white on the bottom. The problem with this colorway is the part that's closest to the ground is going to get dirtiest quicker, and it's also going to be a little bit more time and effort to clean this. So you can get this color if you want. I would say this color is always a better option. They also make this in some other darker colors as well. Amazon links to all this stuff below, of course. All black is a great option if you just want something that's just going to go under the radar and look nice. You're going to be able to polish it up really nice. And currently these shoes are going for under $150, so that's a pretty good deal on Amazon. I don't need a pair right now. I've still got plenty of tread left. I've only had these for a couple of months, but if I did, I would absolutely jump on them, just because these are comfortable and also keep your feet warm, and the leather is actually pretty decent for what it is. So investing in less expensive shoes or less quality shoes is actually good, just because in the worst case scenario, if you ruin them, it's always easier to ruin a pair of $200 shoes than it is to ruin a pair of shoes like this, the Strand, which is a $400 shoe, or the McAllister from Allen Edmonds, which again, same price. So what if you actually wanted to wear really nice shoes like this? Well, now we got to get into shoe care and how to actually protect these shoes from the harsh elements. The first thing you can do, and something that I still have to do to these shoes, is if you have a leather sole like this, you're going to want to think about adding some sort of a rubber traction half sole or sole protector like I have. This one is just the cheapest, quickest option. Link below in Amazon. Again, of course, it's a self-adhesive stick-on. I just took some crazy glue and put them here. I got a hooked utility blade. There's a video I'll link somewhere up there. I'm not sure where it's going to be. I did a video a little while ago actually going through putting them on my Allen Edmonds. What are those boots called? What are those boots called? The wingtip boots. The Daltons, the dark chili Daltons. And they're actually holding up pretty well. So that's actually something you can do if you want to wear nice shoes, but the ground's wet. You're not going to have to worry about shredding away your leather soles and losing traction, which can actually accelerate the rate of wear for your leather soles. So this is a great option, but I have to be honest, I do enjoy the leather sole aesthetic a bit more. I always would opt for this because it's a lot more functional. Now, something else that you can do if you want to wear your nice shoes, but it's supposed to rain later, you can invest in a pair of galoshes or overshoes like this. You put these in your bag. What you can do is then you just slip the shoe right into it. It's a bit of a tight fit, but it's supposed to be a tight fit. And now you can pretty much walk through a puddle that's up to there. So this overshoe, this one is from Swims. I got this from Allen Edmonds a couple of years ago. If I can find this on Amazon, I will link to it below. This is a great option because you can just take your dress shoe if you have leather soles and you could actually just throw them on and now you are good. List price for these is about $100. You can get some cheaper ones. I believe the names of the cheaper ones are the Tinglies. I would always say something like this, don't play around with it, because if the rubber rips down here, you're going to basically be in a constant, it's like standing in water for a long time and you can really do a lot of damage to your shoes, especially since you could take these overshoes and put them on any other shoe, assuming your shoes are all the same size, which they actually should be all within the same size. Maybe the width is going to change, but these are actually a good option because it's super quick. You don't have to worry about doing anything to your shoe. You could just wear your shoe the way that it was designed and then just throw these on. And the nice thing about the Swims is they actually come with this carrying case. They collapse up pretty easily. You can throw them in your backpack or your messenger bag or whatever bag you're using to carry all of your extra stuff. Anyone remember back in the day in the city, this is probably going back over 10 years ago now, we would see people walking around with sneakers and then they'd change into their shoes when they got to work. That's another option as well, but sneakers are always going to be a lot bulkier than this. And if you've got shoes that are comfortable, that you like wearing, that also fit you, there's no reason to take another pair of shoes anymore when you can just invest in a pair of these. And now these are a lot lighter, they're a lot more durable, and they're also going to just take up a lot less space and just be easier than carrying a second pair of shoes. So I have not had to use these a whole bunch, but I'm glad I have them. If it's raining and I'm wearing leather soles, I'm throwing these in my bag every time. Now the next thing you're going to want to do if you do get caught out in the rain is you're going to want to take your shoes off at the end of the day, and you are going to want to put in a pair of shoe trees in there. Now this is a cedar shoe tree I've had for a while. This is from Allen Edmonds. They make them split like this. They also make them one piece. Either one will do. Now what shoe trees do, they kind of do a couple things. If you wear your shoes every single day and you don't wear any shoe trees, the shoe could actually start to curve like that, and then you're going to get some really nasty creases, really nasty wrinkles like that won't go away. They'll pretty much just set in. If you actually look at other guys' shoes, you'll actually see what I'm talking about. So when you put the shoe trees in, just slide them right in. It actually puts pressure right here on this area in particular, and it helps the shoe maintain the original shape, keeping it looking nice, and it doesn't really look like it's aged as much as it really is. It's going to help keep the leather in a much better condition. That's the first thing. It's going to maintain the shape. The second thing, and this is where you have to get the wooden cedar shoe trees, it's going to suck out that moisture from your foot, and also from, if you get caught in the rain and the shoes are actually soaked, it's going to be a lot better to leave a cedar shoe tree in there because the shoe is actually going to dry a lot faster. Now, if you do get caught in the rain with a pair of shoes like these, if you wear them 2, 3, 4 days in the rain, it's definitely going to be harder on the shoe than if you actually go ahead and you just leave them sit, preferably not next to a radiator like this because that can make leather crack, but just leave them sit in a room temperature area, maybe right outside your apartment, maybe right outside your doorstep on a little boot drying thing, you know, the little thing where everyone puts their wet shoes when it's raining. Definitely leave them sit for a day and let them just kind of regain their shape and dry, and then wear another pair of shoes. So that's actually something else you can do, is rotate your shoes, because even if it's a dry day, your feet are going to sweat and the shoe is going to absorb moisture from the inside. So if you're consistently wearing the same pair of shoes every single day, even if you are wearing shoe trees, the shoe's never going to completely dry, whereas if you just left them sit for a day. I never wear the same pair of shoes twice. Well, actually, that's not true. If I am traveling, if I'm going for a weekend on Long Island, I have just worn one pair of shoes 2-3 days in a row, but I only do that when I'm traveling because I don't want to take 2, 3, 4 pairs of extra shoes. I'd rather just take one pair of shoes that can do everything, put some cedar shoe trees in at night, and then we're good to go. It's not going to really be a big deal if you do that once in a while. So definitely use shoe trees, rotate your shoes, and take care of your shoes. Definitely give them a break, especially if you get caught out in the rain. Now, another thing you should really do if you do get caught in the rain, you should do this every once in a while to some of your shoes anyway, probably once a season, at least once a year. I don't do it that often, I'll be honest, is you're going to want to invest in some sort of a leather lotion like this. It's just going to allow the leather to get a little bit more of that moisture in it, the good moisture, the leather lotion, because leather is like a skin. It's just like our skin. Our skin hydrates itself. This is not a live person. This is not a live being. So this actually helps rehydrate in a good way with that leather lotion, with that conditioner, so that the leather is going to last a lot longer. It's always a good idea if you do get caught in the rain and you actually take your shoes off, leave them for a day with shoe trees in them, drying in a room temperature area. Once you've wiped off all the mud and all the rainwater, and once they're dry, you're definitely going to want to condition them again. It's just going to help the shoe not age as fast and last a lot longer. So things like this, horsehair brushes and rags like this, I'll also link all that stuff in the description. This is all really good just for general care of your shoes. However, if you do go out there and your shoes do get soaked, it's even more important to do all this stuff, which is put shoe trees in, let the shoe sit for 24 hours in a room temperature environment, and then recondition and repolish it, because then it's pretty much going to be right back to brand new, or not brand new, right back to normal, and there's not going to be any more accelerated signs of aging in that leather shoe, especially if it's a nice shoe like this one. So in summary, if you're going out to shovel snow, if you're going out and you just don't, need to look at your best, if it's more functional, then you should definitely wear a pair of beater boots like this. These are some high quality beater boots, the EcoTrack Gore-Tex 25. If you are going out and you want to wear a pair of boots, but it's going to be rainy, snowy, and you want something that's going to keep your feet dry and warm, something like the Allen Edmonds Higgins Mill boot, the waterproof version, or even the Thursday Captain boot that I have over there, those are actually good as well. This is good, but again, you're going to have to put shoe trees in them and polish them as well if you do get caught in the rain. If you want to wear more of a cheaper shoe, then definitely you can invest in something like the Cole Haan Original Grand Wingtip Oxford. This one I actually relied on in the summer when it was raining and it was too hot to wear boots, but I still wanted to wear something a bit nicer than just a pair of beater sneakers, or I didn't want to actually wear my hiking boots in the summer because it gets a bit too hot. Any shoe that you do wear and you do get caught in the rain, you are going to want to put that cedar shoe tree in there. Cedar, not plastic. It's going to suck out that moisture. Let it sit for a day away from the heater, preferably in a room temperature setting, and then you can wear it again the following day. So rotate your shoes. Think about putting sole protectors on like I did to this one, and you could always invest in a pair of rubber galoshes or overshoes like this. So I hope this helped. I hope you enjoyed it. As always, thank you so much for watching, and I will see you in the next one. Have a great one. Bye.